And what is going on, everybody out there? All of you beauts and beauties. It is episode number 157 of Hat Trick Hockey, which is always brought to you by our good friends over at GL Heritage, the official beer of Hat Trick Hockey. And here, as always, with my buddy Tristan. What's up, brother?
Not too much. I see you're getting ready to call in an airstrike there with your headphones, but
Hey, man. I got
I
the
like it. I
I got
like
the
it.
signals. I can
Yeah,
hear you now,
exactly.
man. It's like we're at the rink. It's like crispy rice wearing these, man.
Yeah, crispy rice, spicy tuna.
That
No, I'm doing better now. I was
Yeah, you were sick, eh?
deathly sick earlier this week. It was bad. It must be going around. Everybody I talk to seems to be like, "Oh, I had that a week ago at Exhibit A."
Yeah.
But no, I feel better now. I might let out a couple coughs here and there, but it's a good cough. It's getting rid of the stuff in my system, and yeah, I don't know. It was trade deadline this week, so I was trying to follow that pretty closely. Little disappointed the Wings didn't do much, but I can understand it. But there was still lots of move made, so we'll discuss that later on. But
Yeah, for
there's
sure.
other stuff at hand. How are you doing?
Dude, okay, first of all, I was shocked how quick you kicked that.
I got a
Bec
pretty good autoimmune like system. Like my body just it has to do with my metabolism. Obviously, I
Mhm.
don't carry a lot of extra fat on me or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've always
Yeah.
been a healthy person. I don't get sick often. So
So
that's why it
for
was a bother.
so for everybody listening, a little backstory to this like cold thing. So
Hmm.
we were on the call for game one. And when I woke up Tuesday morning, I was not well,
Hmm.
like at all. So, uh, my youngest, she was at home with me too. Zoe, she was sick. So I'm like, we're going to the clinic together. So we go to the clinic. I'm telling you, I felt like shit, dude. Like
How long were you waiting?
I didn't wait there very long to be in. Like we waited
Really?
about 20 minutes and we were in.
Wow.
We
That's
weren't
impressive.
we weren't here though in town. We went to
Oh,
Kingsville one. Kingsville one
okay.
is always quicker. So little thing there for everybody if you're sick
Little
there,
tip.
Kingsville,
Yeah.
little tip.
Go
So
out to Cable.
yeah. So anyway, so we're in there, whatever, and I was telling him nothing over the counter was working for me. So like I had the chills. I didn't have like a crazy cough, but like every muscle hurt. My knees and my back never hurt so bad my
Hmm.
entire life.
Yeah,
So
my back. I can agree with that. My
yeah,
back was bad.
my lower back was real bad. So he's like, well, I got this steroid you could take that might help. Cause I told him, I'm like, I'm on the broadcast for this hockey game tonight. And like the puck drops at 7 o'clock and I'm nowhere near ready to be on the call for this game. So he's like, well, yeah, I could give you the steroid you could try. He's like, you'll probably feel better by game time.
Mm.
So I was like, right away, bring it on. Right. So, so,
A
so he gives
steroid.
it to me
Does
and
it?
it was two, I'm telling you, it was two tiny little pills. I had to take two and a half. I took it at 11 o'clock in the morning. And by game time, I was on the call with you, and I probably didn't seem anything really out of the ordinary,
No,
right?
you actually sounded great. I'm happy to
So,
hear that helped. But yeah, take a
but
steroid.
yeah.
You're gonna wind up waking up the next morning like Prime Arnold. You were texting me. You're like, yeah. You're like, take the same thing, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't do
take this
that.
shit.
I'm gonna go to the gym, and all of a sudden, people are gonna start giving me the side eye, but
Hey,
making too
yeah.
much progress. But
Dude, it worked. Whatever it was, it worked. So,
no, that's good.
thank
I'm
God.
happy to hear that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's I was happy I got rid of it. Honestly, it was only bad for I'd say 2 days, and then I was out of it. But
Really,
they
eh?
were a rough 2 days. Yeah, I didn't move, and I also slept like 10 to 12 hours
Mhm.
both nights. Like
See,
just took it off school and went
it sank into me Sunday. So,
same. Yeah, well, but
Sunday,
yours a week prior.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I was at hockey, and this is like also any guy that leaves our room early, like, of course, we have beers after hockey and shit, right? It's
Mhm.
beer league hockey. So, anybody that leaves early, I'm the first guy. Where the fuck are you going? And they'll be like, da da da, and I'll be like, you've changed, right? Like I say that
Yeah.
just to mess with everybody.
Yeah.
So I had to go, bro. Like I showered. I didn't even have a beer after the game. I'm like, I gotta go, fellas, because this is setting in, and I don't
Yeah.
want it to set in while I'm sitting here. So I went home and the boys are just giving it to me, right? Like, oh, you've changed, like chirping at me. I'm like, all right, right, rightfully so, because I'm always
Mhm.
on them, right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. So Sunday I was real bad. That was when Painter scored that overtime winner, that
Yeah.
overtime beauty. It was the same night as that. So I was laying in bed watching it when that
That
happened.
was only a week and a half
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
That versus Chicago.
I think so. Yeah. Wasn't that long
What?
ago. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. So,
Wow.
and then Monday I was real bad, and then Tuesday I was real bad, and then I got the magic pills and I was ready to go buy puck drop. So, oh,
Coolio.
and by the way, before we get into the 73s talk, we will also, you and I are on the call for game one of this series, which is Tuesday night coming up too, as well. Speaking of
Indeed. Yeah.
PJHL TV.
Yep.
So the boys are on
That
the call.
is going to be a fun game. I
Mhm.
love doing the play-by-play. As much as Brendan is that is his domain, play-by-play, I definitely prefer it over color, but I really like the dynamic last game. Me and Brendan, we had a good system going.
Yeah, you guys did. You guys
I
sounded
liked
good.
it.
I go back and watch our like home games because I want to know like if there's stuff that we can improve on. Because let's face it, it's all for the fans and anybody watching the game and everything. Like Essex, you get a nice little play by play with the boys.
Yeah.
The thing is though, is we have what's good, it's good, but we have essentially two like play by play guys and then just me chilling. So like we have a nice group of
Yeah.
so we could literally put any combo in there pretty well, and
Oh yeah.
we're okay.
Yeah,
So
it's very you do a very good job as well too for not no experience, like you've been around the game and you know how calls go, but yeah, both of us actually no real prior experience. The
yeah,
only prior experience I have is sitting in front of my TV doing the announcing sometimes.
yeah.
Usually when Jack Edwards is on the call for Boston, you're facing the Wings, all hit the mute button.
And then you just start ripping play by play.
Yeah,
I
because
love
I
it.
cannot stand that guy at all.
Yeah, I'm not,
Except for when he ripped Pat Maroon that one time. That was funny.
yeah, but he
But
got in fucking shit for that, like
that's
big time.
stupid.
Yeah, he got a
That's
pee whack.
hilarious.
He definitely got a pee whack. But anyways, let's get into the 73s. Um, First round we sweep freaking Dresden there,
Dresden.
brain fart, duh.
Yeah.
Fucking dash one,
Future
eh?
Kings.
Yeah.
They're
So
they're out.
first game, you and I were on the call. I believe it was a 6-2
Hmm.
Essex win.
Yeah.
They were dominant. Everything
Yeah.
was clicking,
I will say
goaltending.
that game though was definitely the closest to the series. It was
Yeah,
3-2 going into the third.
yeah. There was a lot of
Actually, it
nice
was
goals scored in that game too.
yeah, it was. The goals they scored were nice.
Yeah, like bar Mexico on the
I
one.
was
It
the
was
one shot was nice and it beat Cavan. The both goals I think were like 40 seconds apart. And I
mhm,
was like, "Uh-oh."
yeah,
That's not good because it was 3-0 and then all of a sudden
yeah,
it's 3-2 going into the third. All it takes is one or two bad goals and you're that would have been bad. That would
yeah,
have hit the press boards on the PJHL
yeah.
website.
But
Everybody,
then
oh,
right? But then games 2, 3, and 4 comes, and
hey,
the defensive coaching style
I
of
didn't even
Mr. Tony
realize
Peroski
I
kicks
posted it.
in,
I
kicks
posted it
in.
the
Yeah,
other, yeah, I posted it the other night. I didn't even realize I wrote
three
back
straight
to back
shutouts. Yeah,
shutouts,
three
and I was
straight.
like, that was three in a row.
Yeah,
I completely forgot
yeah,
about game two. I was like, yeah, because it was McBride who had the shutout in
yeah,
that game, and
yeah.
then it's been Slochis will be the starter now. I believe McCabe is out with injury,
Is he?
unfortunately. So, um, that hinders things a little bit. But this is why Mike Bailey held on to three
Yes, for sure.
for that exact reason. Slochis,
Gee.
guess what? In his first four games, as a 73, three of them have been shutouts.
Oh.
So yeah, Mike Bailey might know a thing or two about goaltending. And
Hmm.
for those who don't know, Mike Bailey was a goaltender himself,
Yeah.
playing several years, I believe, Leamington,
Hmm.
Chatham, and also University of Windsor, I
Hmm.
believe.
But it was just like from games, they just completely shut them down.
Dismantled them, and
Com
it's been the same line scoring. It hasn't been the top line.
no.
It
mind you,
has.
too, we did not have Liam Hall in the series. We did not have Kibber in the
I think we met
series.
Adam for game one. That was it.
Did we have Halsey for game one? Let me
Well,
check. I got it. I'm
I
on it.
will.
I'm
I
on it.
got it. I got it
All
before
right.
you,
All
and
right. Oh, quick on the draw over there. I like it. I like it.
yes, he was in for game one.
Okay, but so he didn't play 2, 3, and 4 then, right?
No, he did
Okay.
not. He was out with a lot of the team had an illness as well. Uh, we're left to assume it was probably something similar to what I was carrying.
Mm-hmm.
A serious cough, and trust me, it's enough to put you out of playing hockey. I
Yeah.
would have been doing no physical activity at all. Funny enough, I got texted by a couple buddies of mine. They were like, "Hey, we need someone to play men's league volleyball tonight out in Windsor," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's not happening."
Yeah.
As much as I was like, "Oh my gosh, this happens at the worst time."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to turn that offer down, but hopefully those 73s are back by this series. And there's not too many injuries as far as I know. I'm pretty certain Cavan's out for some amount of time. So it's probably going to be Sloat just rolling into game one versus Blenheim on Tuesday, which I'm completely comfortable with,
Also,
as his numbers
I
show.
think I think Jake Fields is coming back soon too.
Is he? I heard
I
it was a
talked
pretty bad
to
injury he
it was a
sustained.
bad one, but
I
there
think he
he
might have
was
torn
when
something.
I had talked to somebody, he was like, it was a little bit ago, and don't quote me on this, everybody, but
Right.
it was a couple weeks ago, and he was only like maybe 2 to 3 weeks out.
Wow. Okay.
So you got to figure though,
Well,
he got hurt a long time ago, dude. He's been out for a while.
I don't know who we roll around then in our defense because our D has been good.
I know.
Everybody on that back end has been well. Look at the pairings. The top four right now have been terrific. It's been
You want to know who's been like incredible on at both ends of the ice, man, is Martineau.
yeah. Martineau
Like
always is. As
he's
soon as we brought him in, he
automatic.
displayed that we're gonna like.
He's
He's six
automatic.
five.
Yeah.
He he's not that physical unless he's asked to be. Like that one Lakeshore game definitely was throwing body,
Hmm.
but in this series, he was just using that stick, getting
Hmm.
in the passing lanes, lifting sticks, protecting the puck, getting the puck to the net. I've been impressed by his pairing. He's been paired with Jack Boehmer. That's been the
Hmm.
top pair.
Yeah,
The
they've been
bottom
shut
two
down.
pairs, you can kind of argue they just kind of cycle them, but I would say the second pair, it's Milicevic with Pashuta, and they have been really good.
We've had Dembo on D, haven't we, too?
I think that was just for game one.
He played game 4 there too, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not watch that game.
I did. I was watching it at work.
So who was out?
I don't know.
Balmer,
Well, I don't know.
probably.
I don't know. Kibber's been out too, so
McKibben has been out. I think that's an injury. But the bottom pair or middle pair, whatever you want to call it, has been two lefties. It was DePelsmaker playing with Bello.
mhm. He's
Bello
been
playing
good
the
too.
right side. Bello's been good, but he's got to kind of watch it. He's been too much rushing in on the thing. He'll get caught against a good team.
I
Uh,
love that he's been hitting a lot too. He's been physical. I like that.
I do like that. I gotta say though, I shouldn't have said the
For a
term
16-year
good
old?
team. I shouldn't have
No.
said the term good team. I'm gonna put it out there for the fans. To play junior C, you have to be a good player. Good team is a relative term. Is Dresden a good team? Sure. Are they good against the likes of the 73s? The 4-0 sweep speaks for itself. So that's how I'll lay that out. But
You're a little feisty today.
no,
I like
I
it.
just wanted to preface it because I don't want
I like it.
fans saying there was obviously comments made and people say stuff that's not
It's
appropriate when it comes to being professional. So I want to keep it professional in that respect. But we definitely stomped them in the last three games, and I hope Essex can keep that train rolling against a team in Blenheim
Mhm.
who gave up a lot of goals. I'll actually give you the exact amount here. They won the series 4-1. I knew Amherstburg was going to take a game. That's been their bane all season. They had a tough time Blenheim with Amherstburg. I don't know why. Essex certainly did not, being them 13-0 in one game. But that series, Blenheim won 4-1. and the goals for was 28, which is the most in the whole league. But the goals against was 16.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. Across 4 games, you're averaging, or well, I guess it was 5 games. So
Like three and a
three,
half
three,
goals a
three and
game,
a quarter,
roughly. Yeah.
3.25 goals against. Three and less than that. 3.2 is what it would be. 3.2 goals against average against Amherstburg. Now Essex coming in with the best offense in the whole league from the regular season. That's not too good. Although one game against Blenheim, we got shut out. Only time all season.
Didn't they beat us twice this year?
I think once.
I don't know, dude.
We tied them.
Did we tie them?
We might have
I,
tied them twice.
I thought
But
they beat us twice. Who were our losses to? We only had
nope.
4, right?
Yeah, for regulation. 6-3 to Moortown, 3-0 to Blenheim, 4-3 to Lakeshore, 7-5 to Lakeshore. Those are the regulation losses. Overtime, we had one overtime loss,
To
3-2
Wheatley.
to Wheatley. There you go. That's what it was. And then we had 2 draws, 5-5 with Moortown and 4-4 with
Blenheim.
Blenheim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, here we go. Like,
Yep,
you
and
know,
Wheatley's
let's
going to be facing Lakeshore on the adjacent end, which that'll be a good series. Wheatley's been playing great. They really handled Moortown no problem. Moortown just rolled over and died, which was kind of sad to see. In the last game, poor Johnny Chartrand played his heart out, but his team couldn't flip and score, man.
I know I guess the winning goal came late. It was like
2-1. Couldn't
with
ask
like
for a closer
yeah,
game.
it was like a minute and a half left or something. Someone
Yeah,
scored.
Kyle Kelly scored it.
Mm-hmm.
Good little D-man for the Sharks. Sharks, they got a good framework to them. Question is, do they have that skill deep in the lineup to beat Lakeshore? We'll see. Ethan Hanley's been on a tear though.
Yeah, he has.
Very good for them.
Mm-hmm.
So has the likes of Bo Porosky and Nick Bolton for Lakeshore. So predictions on that series. How do you think that series is going to go?
Oh, those two are gonna. Oh, I'll fuck it. I'll just come out and say it. I think it's gonna be Lakeshore in 6.
That I agree.
Lakeshore in 6. It's gonna be a tough. It's that they're gonna go to war over there. That's
I couldn't agree more. I would say Lakeshore in 6, and I will say also for the Essex series, I don't want to predict that one because then you're like, but I think Essex is going to keep it very concise. And I think we could get rid of them in under 6 games, preferably.
just don't change a thing. Just keep
No,
playing the way we're playing.
If anything, just score more. Use that. Know that they have that loose defense going. Shut down Craig Spence.
Of course, yeah.
And stay out of the box.
Yes.
All of Blenheim's offense comes from their power play.
Yeah, well, look at their power play.
Their power play is 4 forwards plus Craig Spence, who's just another forward.
Yeah.
You've got net front. You put Big Tate Bowden back at the blue line quarterbacking.
Who's a fucking absolute unit.
You got Craig Spence. You got Justin Ewald. The one guy, what's his name? Everett Swayze. And there's another guy, Derby Lemieux, but I don't think Lemieux is back yet. So it would be. One sec. Give me 5 seconds. I will be able to tell you who it is.
Yeah, this is going to be a good series. Like, we're not overlooking these
Joey
guys,
Hayter. That's it, Joey Hayter.
Hey,
and they also have Brad McElpine on defense. Like, Blenheim's a good team. Don't discount them.
Yeah,
they got a lot of top-end talent. And their goalies, Lemieux and Van Coyley. Let me check who's played more.
Yeah, we expect this series to be a fucking...
Okay, I think it's Van Coyley's going to be the starter for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, although Lemieux got the shutout against Essex, so I'm curious if they will try and change that up. I'm sure a lot's going to change for Blenheim this series.
It's going to be interesting, man. It's always it's playoffs. Anything can happen, man.
Essex can't come to sleep. That's the one thing. They usually have a bad first period. That won't work with a team like Blenheim who scores a lot.
If you had to pick one key to this series for the threes, what is it? What's one thing that has to happen?
Run their goalie. No, I'm kidding. um, probably shut down Craig Spence.
Mhm.
That is rule number one. Rule number two, be the most disciplined you've ever been in
I
your
was
life.
just gonna say, stay the fuck out of the penalty box.
Because you do not want to give Blenheim a power
Yes.
play.
Yeah.
Essex also, rule number three, work on your power play. I I don't have much issue with the 73's style on their power play. It's just how they go about it because they don't score on it. And against a team like Dresden, who again, I'm not insulting them in this manner, let's face it, you give up goals,
Mhm.
you should be scoring a lot on the power play. We need a better system there. Whether it's something with the coaches get down and actually set up a unit, who knows? Lakeshore, they've won their championships with the power play unit.
They were doing four forwards and one guy on D, or like, weren't they? They were doing 4-1 for a bit.
For a while, that and guess what? They scored.
I
They
like
put out.
the I like the four frickin' forwards and a D man on the
It
power play. I
works.
like it.
1-3-1. Three guys across the center of the ice, one guy down low, one high man, who's
Just
your D.
because then you got four snipers out on the ice.
Yeah. You know what they should do? Just park Seth Martineau in front of the net.
So could we use Trifon still if we wanted to as well? Are we allowed to use him?
Yeah, it's AP. Uh, Affiliate players, you get 10 games with them.
Oh, so we could. Oh,
We
okay.
only used him for one.
Yeah, I'd keep him in my back pocket too.
We've got that's our thing. AP. I almost hope sometimes our players are kind of out and about, not hurt, but if they're out of the lineup, I wouldn't mind calling up an AP by the name of Matteo Velarde. That guy is lighting up AAA right now, and he has one goal in one game with the 73s this year. And he's the kind of talent you need on that third or fourth line who's going to be scary against a team like Lakeshore or Blenheim.
Mhm.
And like, look at Lazar Dragicevic,
Yeah,
stellar
he's
on that third line.
fucking. He's
He
been
just
so good.
scores.
Yeah,
Always two goals. Always two goals.
Lazar,
That's
figure it out, bro.
but
We need you to get a trick here, okay? We
yeah.
need it to happen.
Game one versus Blenheim.
It's
Do it.
coming. Shoot,
But
shoot,
can
shoot
we
for those empty nets.
last note on the 73s. Last note on the 73s. The line of Luke Shirk, Nate Dowling, and Jaden Sagan.
Yes, unreal.
Cracked. Sagan picked up. Guy comes down. He's going to school at U Windsor. Okay, he's coming from Guelph. Okay, plays for the Tavistock Braves. Mike Bailey picks up the phone. I don't know what the exchange was, whether Sagan expressed he wants to play here or vice versa. I'm sure it was somewhere along the lines of a bit of both.
Mhm.
But he now has for Essex 9 points in 4 games, leads the team in points, and he's just been stellar. Like 3 goals, 6 assists.
I'm writing his name a lot on the
He's winning.
fucking site, I'll tell you that.
Jaden Sagan,
Yeah,
he's one of those guys. He's a clutch game 7 overtime winner
that's
kind
our
of
guy.
guy. And that's who you want in the lineup.
That's
Same
my
with
kind
Nate.
of guy.
Yep. Anyway, moving along.
Yes. So, oh, by the way, everybody,
I have to cough, so
once again, game one goes Tuesday night, 7:30, or sorry, 7 o'clock. Sorry, 7 o'clock, and Essex puck drop. So,
very good.
boom, boys, and the boys are on the call if you're watching online.
Let's
Uh,
go.
yeah. Trades, trades, trades,
Sure.
trades,
Okay.
trades,
I'm
trades,
gonna pull up all the trades
trades,
here. We'll just
trades.
kind of go. I'll go down the list. We'll say who wins the trade and what we think of it for the team. So,
Okay.
and I'll only do major trades because there was a
All right.
million minor
Yeah. Yeah.
transactions.
I seen that.
All right. So San Jose acquires Vitek Vanacek in a 7th. New Jersey acquires Capo Kakinen. So they both swap goalies. I think that trade's a what? like pr- like preview for New Jersey's other trade, they literally got rid of both their goalies,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're rolling with Jake Allen and Capo Kakinen. You went from mid goaltending to more mid goaltending. What's the direction here?
I don't know.
But I can understand. It does allow for some flexibility. I believe both are on expiring contracts,
Oh, okay. So
which means this offseason they can go big game hunting.
yeah, well, you better make a big splash in free agency.
They turned down a Jacob Markstrom trade earlier in the season. That came back to bite them. They're
Yeah.
out of the playoff picture as of now. New York Islanders are also hot on the tails of everybody.
Yeah.
They've won like 8 of their last 10, so
Including our Red Wings. We'll talk about that later.
anyway, another Devils trade. Colin Miller to the Jets for a fourth. What do you think of that? Do you know who
Colin
Colin
Miller.
Miller is?
Nope.
Okay. He's a pretty solid defense. He's had a journeyed career, played in a lot of places, played on that Vegas team that went to the Cup final year one.
Okay.
Solid fifth or sixth defenseman. I think it's a good move from the Jets. They only get deeper. They're trying to win the Cup,
Mm-hmm.
trying to be the best team in the West. It's pretty hard this year. All the top teams are top teams. Now here's a big one.
All right.
The Thomas Hurdle trade.
Yeah.
So this is crazy to me. I think Vegas wins this, and it's not even close. I originally thought it was David Edstrom, a first-round pick, and 2/3 to San Jose for Hurdle. No, it's Edstrom, who was former first-round pick from last year
Mm-hmm.
by Vegas. Edstrom, a first-round pick in 2025, and 17% of the contract retained, going to San Jose, in exchange for Thomas Hurdle and 2/3. What? That must be to offload the contract, but it's like you're giving him to Vegas. Why does Vegas have to always be good? It is making me mad. They are
Well,
cap circumvention. They've got Stone, Shea Theodore,
Eichel.
and Eichel all on IR. They'd be like 90 million over the cap if everybody was healthy. It's like, oh my gosh.
I feel like is Eichel back now?
I don't think so.
Okay, I thought
And
he
if
was
he
back.
is, there was someone else they just put on IR. Oh yeah, not to mention they also got Mantha.
Yeah, who just
We're
went
gonna
there
get
too.
all right, and then Rangers acquired Jack Roslovich for a fourth and 50% of the contract from Columbus. This is one of my favorite moves of the day. Roslovich is a good young centerman, slots into your third line. I like that move for the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah, I would say yeah. He fucking. How old is he? He's young, isn't he?
I
Like
think he's
super.
27, maybe
Oh, okay, so he's younger-ish.
27. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How long's he been in the league? Has he been in the league for a while?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, so
He was playing with the Jets. Remember? He went over in the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade.
mm, yeah, that guy's fucking bounced around a lot. Yeah, I definitely like, and he went to the Rangers. You said,
Yep.
yeah. See the
It's a good pickup.
Rangers too. Like they're just fucking loading up too,
They
man.
could have. They missed out on a couple big moves though. There was a lot of names circulating around them,
Yeah,
and
but
they
this
kind
is gonna add. So how much is his hit? His fucking cap hit?
of, I will. It doesn't exactly say his contract.
It can't be like crazy bad, right?
No.
Obviously, because look who they have a ton of guys right now who they're paying. So
Yeah, he's been in the league for 7 years. So
yeah, so he's got to be making decent.
yeah, he makes four. So he's making 4 mil. So his cap hits 2.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
It is good.
Nice little debt move too.
Matt Dumba and a seventh to Tampa for a fifth to
See,
Arizona.
I wanted him with the Red Wings. I wanted
See, I
him in
don't. You
Detroit.
know why? Here's number one. Okay. Last year there was a scuffle between the Wings and the Wild. Maybe it was 2 years ago. Who cares? It's indifferent. He split Lucas Raymond's head open on the ice
I think I
after he
remember that.
grabbed him and slammed his head into the ground.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Raymond got up really mad. I was happy to see he was okay. Also, Matt Dumba likes to start the trend. I understand it's for a political point. The kneeling of the national anthem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But
remember a
is
couple
he?
years ago in the bubble in the playoffs? That
Yeah, but are
whole
they? I don't think they're allowed to do that shit now, are they?
oh, sure they can. It's public expression. You know what else
I
it
haven't
is?
seen anybody do it.
You're the you're the guy. Yeah, you're real fun at parties, Matt Dumba. You ever see that clip of Jaden Smith sitting around the microphone and he goes, "Let's talk about the political climate of the world." Exact same vibes. You're a Wendy Weiner. Yeah, I get it. There's political stuff and it's got to be dealt with. There's
That's
people being
funny.
killed in the streets because of race and stuff like that. Sure. You're not going to make a difference by disrespecting your flag. All you're doing is making a lot of people upset. And guess what it is? I will almost put money on it. It's it's not about the movement. It's about numero uno. I want eyes on me. Yeah, I stand for this. Sure, Matt. Sure. You know what, Tampa? You can take them.
Have
Anyway,
fun, eh?
sorry, that was a little.
Hey,
We can talk freely here. I'm not saying anything against the movement.
I was gonna
I
say,
couldn't agree more
tell
that
us how you really feel.
racial profiling, it is a real thing. Unfortunately, that's how the world has been brought up. How do you end racism? Morgan Freeman said it best. Stop talking about it. That is
Yeah.
my opinion. My opinion. And you don't have to share that. That is not the podcast's opinion. That is my opinion. I believe racism it's a vicious cycle. The more you talk about it, the more it's going to be drummed up. Anyway, Boston. We're just going to move right along. But Boston acquires Andrew Peak. So, solid young defenseman.
hmm
I say solid. He's not that solid. In exchange for Zaboral, who's a bust, effectively, in a third, which that's an L for Boston for me. Why are you giving up a third and Zaboral for Peak, who's just a big body defenseman?
You said he's young, right?
Yeah, but like
Well, they need a little bit of youth that's
he's
NHL ready
25.
because they don't have a whole lot of draft picks and their team is older. So they're needing to get some younger, cheaper.
He's making 2.75 until 2026. So he's got some cost control. Hopefully he finds his groove. Also, it should be noted the Bruins do have a lot of expiring D-men too, right? They've got Matt Grizzlick's leaving. Brandon Carlo, I think, it's on an expired, or maybe not. No, Carlo's extended for a while. But
But still though, they don't have a lot of draft picks and shit,
no,
man. And
you're right.
all their guys are older, so it's probably a cheap younger fix that they can just kind of hope to get by for a couple years and see what happens type deal.
Now, I know I said we were going to kind of stick to major deals, but this one I got to talk about because I own the guy's jersey. It's sitting in my closet there. Dennis Guryanov.
I was just gonna say that too.
Guryanov, he gets traded out of Nashville where he wasn't performing too well. They were playing him on the fourth line. It's not Guryanov's role. Goes to Philly in exchange for Wade Allison, who's a solid. He's like a checking forward. They're both young. They both still got
Mhm.
potential, in my opinion. I like this trade for both sides. Barry Trotz sheds a guy who wasn't performing that well in and out of the lineup. Probably was going to get claimed off of waivers if they waived him to send him back down. So trades him out. Gets a good piece in return. Can play in your bottom six. Dennis Guryanov, that's a great pickup. And you know why? There's a bit of a long-term foresight, I think, here from Danny Briere, who has done well for himself so far in Philadelphia. You got a Russian player,
Mhm.
a solid Russian player who can score if he has the right environment. Hang on to him for a few years. Let him play on your third line, perform well with Morgan Frost, maybe. Wait till Michkov comes over.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Michkov and Guryanov would bounce perfectly. Russian nesting dolls. Oh my gosh.
And they are gonna fly through the vodka, those guys.
Potentially as well. But I will say this. Guryanov's pretty funny guy. He's got quite the career going. He's into beatboxing and all kinds of stuff. Like
Really?
that Russian techno. Yeah. If you look him up on podcasts, he does like beatboxing right into the mic. It's kind of cool.
Jesus.
He doesn't speak too much English though.
Cares if he
I
can
know,
snipe.
yeah, he can snipe. There's some clips of him ripping one-timers. Ooh, but Philadelphia, another trade they make. They get Eric Johnson, former first overall pick. Not too many people know that.
Isn't
By
he,
who?
isn't he a Stanley Cup champion too?
Yes, he is with the Avs.
Hmm.
He was on St. Louis before that, but who drafted him?
I don't know.
I want to say it was Buffalo.
Yeah, you could
Let me
probably
let me click on it. Nope, sorry, it was St. Louis. He just came
Oh,
from Buffalo.
there you
I just
go.
realized. But yeah, Buffalo gets a fourth in exchange for Johnson. It's another solid trade.
Fuck yeah.
Veteran D man. Philly trying to hang on to that playoff spot.
They need to. Torts will fucking kill somebody if they don't get in the playoffs.
That's another thing too with the race in the East. Most likely the team that from the Metro, they're not getting a wild card. The wild card is that third Metro spot.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
They're
Fuck,
fighting because
yeah.
Tampa and Detroit have a good lock. Now, if Detroit continues to fall off of a cliff, well, then that's going to be up for grabs. Tampa moves into wild card one, then wild card two is a battle between the Red Wings and whoever else is vying from the Metro, which is
Yeah.
at this
And
point just the Islanders and Philly.
yeah,
They've
and the
separated.
Islanders are
New Jersey's fell out of the picture pretty much. They'd almost have to have a perfect record to close out the season to make it back in,
fuck.
especially after firing Lindy.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the Devils, they acquired Jake Allen for a conditional third, and there's 50% retention. Head scratcher for me.
You wanna know what I think?
What?
That's what I fucking think on that trade.
Why are you trading for a veteran goalie when you're going to
Uh,
miss the playoffs? You're giving up assets to miss the playoffs and have a veteran goalie for next year.
Because I think at this point they're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. I think is what they're doing at
Well,
this
this one's
point.
not going to stick. It's going to slide right down the toilet.
Oh yeah, it's gonna leave you a big brown streaker going down there too.
Jake Allen, he's just. Now, the Wings did get in a little bit of action. They traded away Klim Kostin
Our only toughness.
to San Jose for Radim Shimmick. This is just roster space. And you know what? Eisman said sometimes the best additions are eternal. I agree. Wings have a lot of depth. We have a lot of young players who are ready to come up. We got Casper down in the minors. We've got Cross Hannes, Albert Johansson, William Wonder, and most importantly, Jonathan Berggren and Simon Edvinsson, both of which now have the opportunity to get called up based on lineup movements. We have to get rid of Jeff Petrie.
Someone just got called up today.
Jonathan Berggren.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He will be playing tonight versus Vegas. Anyone you want him on your fantasy team, go pick him up. Have a look at his stats. His points per game in the NHL has been quite well since, like
Mhm.
last year, he had over 30 points for the Wings. Then he got sent back down this year.
Why
Wings
are
have
we
liked what they've seen.
why are we not bringing up this Edvinson kid to like
He's good, but he's one of those guys that you don't want him to get the wrong image of the NHL if he starts getting burned too much. You know what I'm saying? Like he's really good offensively. He's just still got a bit of a sense that he has to work on.
so why don't they play him with like Cider or somebody to like
I think well, that's the ultimate end goal. But see, the thing is, he's going to get a lot of minutes playing with Cider.
no better way to fucking learn.
I understand your thinking. I would agree. I think he should be playing the second power play unit with Shane Gostisbehere.
Or put
Terrific. But
or play him with a vet.
yeah.
That's what I
All
would
right, we
do.
got more trades to get through. We're gonna have
All
to.
right. Yeah.
So Jason Zucker for a sixth goes to Nashville from Arizona, and Arizona picks up that 6th-round pick. Another
There
good
you
move
go.
from Nashville.
Yeah.
Barry Trotz, veteran forward for your third line,
Adding
going
some
to the
grit.
playoffs.
Likes to
If you,
bang it up.
yeah, if they can make the playoffs, which it's looking right now like they might.
Yeah.
That wild card spot is much more up for grabs than it is in the East. Oh, excuse me, I got a little tired of myself there. Buffalo trades away their captain,
Yeah, I
Kyle
seen that.
Okposo.
Florida.
Yep, Florida Panthers. just rich get richer. So
I
yeah,
think I think that's a deal of here, go chase a cup because you ain't getting it here.
yeah. Well,
I think that's
Buffalo,
exactly what that is.
yeah, they get Cali Cheyenne, I think is how you pronounce that. A conditional seventh in exchange. So not much. Cheyenne, I think he's not even a prospect. He's like a 26-year-old AHL
I
defenseman,
was gonna
whatever.
say, who the fuck is that guy? Like Conor McGregor or whatever, how he says it.
He's obviously still a professional player, but I don't think he's going to be much for Buffalo.
So,
And
so we can probably both agree that that's a go chase your Stanley Cup
yeah,
type of
well,
deal,
why
right?
not? Good for
Yeah,
Okposo, and they're nice
yeah,
to Okposo in this trade, giving him his probably preferred destination.
yeah.
I like it.
Me too.
Pat Maroon to Boston for a sixth.
The big rig. See, and this is another thing too of just bringing. Well, see, now we got younger on D a little bit with the other deal, but then now we're bringing in the big rig. So to me, this is like a experience, grit, a little bit of toughness. He does know how to win, but still, he's fucking what, 35 or
He
36 years old.
stinks.
Like,
I hate Pat Maroon.
what are you really gonna do with him?
13th forward in and out of the lineup. He's there's a locker room guy probably. Minnesota looking like they're going to miss the playoffs. It's probably another, as you stated, go chase your cup deal.
He's got three already, doesn't he?
Yeah, go chase your fourth, I suppose. Tyler Toffoli to Winnipeg
Yeah.
in
Winnipeg.
exchange for a third, a second, and 50% retention. That's a really, really good deal for Winnipeg. They did not
Show
have to give up a first.
show me those three big dogs on the ice when they need a goal, right? Toffoli, Scheifele, and Kyle Connor. Throw those guys up front. Here, boys, we
I
need a
love,
goal.
I love Kyle Connor.
That's
And
what
not to discredit Nikolai Ehlers as well.
that's what I mean. If you wanted to go four forwards and a defenseman, if you wanted to go now, they're really gonna have that option to where they're gonna have all these veteran snipers
Yeah.
on the ice at the same time. They're already fucking. I do not get Winnipeg. Stand up, Jesus. You got this awesome team out there right now that are playing great, and they're not even filling barns. Like, figure it out, Winnipeg. Jesus. Making us look bad as Canadians. But yeah, I love
They're
that
going to
move for
get
them.
moved.
Yeah, I love that move for that team, though. Great move.
Yeah. Carolina gets Evgeny Kuznetsov for a third with 50% retention. He was just waived a week ago and no one picked him up. Bad
Yeah.
contract, obviously.
Yes, but if they're going to retain some salary and he's going to come in and just play, you got to figure he's coming in and he's playing for a coach in Rod Brindamore. So if anybody has a lock on a bench, it's going to be him. So I
And
think
he's a
this
heck of a third line center to have.
and Rod is a motivator. So I think
Yep.
by bringing him in, even though he's down in the, he's down a little bit or whatever, Rod's going to pick him right up. He's going to insert him in the lineup. He's going to do his thing. He's going to go right back to when he was winning cups with the Caps,
Mhm.
and he's going to be a sniper. And in the end, I think this is going to be a good deal for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, and he's got Russian buddies too. He's
Yep.
got Evgeny Svechnikov over there
Mm-hmm.
and Vasily Ponomarev.
I think that's
Until this deal,
it's
Ponomarev just got
yeah.
traded.
It's a
This is
little
the
bit
big
of a
one. This is
risky
the big one.
move. It's a little bit of a risky move for them, but I think in
Yeah.
the end, it's going to pay off.
So these two trades came out a day apart, but Carolina acquires Jake Gensel and Ty Smith.
Yes.
That is a needle mover in exchange for Michael Bunting, Ville Koivunen, Cruz Lucius, Vasily Ponomarev, conditional first round pick. It's actually more like a second. I think it's only a first if they win the cup.
Yeah. Which could happen.
Conditional fifth round pick and 25% of Gensel's contract retained. What a deal.
You
You
think?
got a sixth defenseman who's still pretty young, but he's no more than a sixth defenseman. Trust me, he's got problems.
Mm-hmm.
And Jake Gensel, and effectively you give up a first and maybe another first in valued assets.
Here, let's throw a line together. Aho, Gensel, Kuznetsov. Burns on defense. Like, shall we keep going here with this?
Kuznetsov won't be first line, but
No, I know, but still, if you really
he'll be like
wanted to,
third line.
yeah,
I
but
think it'll be.
I'm
I think the
talking like a power play or something like that.
here's
But
my top six for the Canes. Um, Teravainen, Aho, Gensel.
yeah, for sure.
Boom.
Yeah,
First line.
yeah.
Second line. Svechnikov. Who's even? Oh, Kakanyemi. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and Natchez. Oh,
Yeah,
that's gross.
that's what I
And then
mean.
your third line, you've got Seth Jarvis out there with Kuznetsov. Hello, you're getting destroyed tonight.
Yeah, yeah, they're a scary hockey team for
They
sure.
are, and their defense. They've got Jacob Slavin, the best defensive D man in the league, like
Yeah,
the best. He's one of my favorite
Burns.
D men.
Now,
Burns,
now here's the thing.
Pesci,
Yeah,
and Freddie Anderson's healthy.
Carolina potentially just gain, like, I would say in a full season. Okay, so I would say in a full season, if Kuznetsov is himself, he's netting you what, 30, 40. If he's himself, he'll probably get you.
More of an assist guy, no?
But still, like, there's
I'd say 20. Well, now in his career, 20 to 30, you're
okay,
happy.
still. And then you're getting Gensel, who's what,
Oh,
40 to 50 goal guy
yeah.
a year
Yeah.
probably.
When he's
So
healthy, he's an 80 plus point
it's a lot of
or anything.
firepower. Now, going back there to the Pens, Bunting is like, he's, don't get me wrong, he's no slouch, but he's also no Jake Gensel either. So he's gonna add a little bit of grit to Pittsburgh. He's a complete fucking snap show when he gets right. Like, but it, let's face it, they stink right now in Pittsburgh. So maybe
Yeah.
adding somebody who's a complete snap show in the lineup might make the games a little more interesting. I think they got a little too horny with the Carlson deal,
Oh,
you know,
Pittsburgh's
like,
cooked. They're cooked. Ron Hextall left that team in flames. And you know what, Kyle Dubas? You haven't done much better to
what
start.
would you would you tell Sid, like, what do you want to do here? Like, I imagine
I would
Sid,
have traded Sidney Crosby to the Colorado Avalanche,
yeah,
man.
but I think that's on Sid. Like, I think he's too loyal of a guy to go anywhere.
Well, guess what? He's hurting the future generations of that team.
Mhm.
He is.
Like, if I'm him,
Unless they
I'm
luck out again and get another first overall.
like, if I'm him, I'm gonna go to them, trade me, get a bag for me, and then when I'm done playing, I'll come back here. I'll sign a 1-day contract. I'll retire a Penguin, and then you can do all that. Let's face it, he's going to the rafters in Pittsburgh. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He's
He's
going
going
to
to the Hockey
everything.
Hall of Fame. He's a
He's
top
doing
10 player
yes,
all time.
he's doing everything first ballot. Let's face it.
No
So
question. He's got the triple gold. The guy's dominated every world competition there is. Just the best hockey mind ever, if you
yeah,
ask me. Hockey
yeah.
IQ off the charts.
And some of his
Um,
passes, whew.
Anthony Duclair to Tampa with his seventh in exchange for Jack Thompson. So whatever. OKD prospect, not great, not terrible. Probably makes the top six one
But
day.
Duclair's
And
gonna get
third.
you what, 20, 25 a year roughly if he's going
Yeah, but
good.
you got to remember, most of these guys are expiring contracts.
Yeah.
Like Jake Gensel, there's been no contract talks. He's a free agent this
So
summer.
he could strictly just be a rental.
Yeah,
That
which
sucks.
not really. They still only gave up two first and not even a first in value.
Yeah.
Maybe a first
I
in
guess.
value, but like they didn't give up a first in that deal unless they win that cup, which
I guess.
got a
Yeah,
good
you're right.
shot, but it's going to be tough once you hear who Vegas got. Anyway, I'm going to try and keep it to larger trades now.
Yeah, we're buzzing right now though.
Anthony Beauvillier to Nashville in exchange for a fifth.
See?
Another good deal. Barry Trotz. He was born to be a GM.
Yeah.
Guy's just a good mind in hockey. Remember when he was coaching the Islanders, how fun that team was to watch?
But
Jordan Eberle.
he
Like,
knows how to do all those little debt moves. Those little moves that don't cost you a ton of money, but they help
and
you out a shitload.
guess what? Good depth moves because they're young and cost
Yes.
controlled.
Yes.
Beauvillier is only like 25.
That's what I mean. You could have that guy play another 7 years for you.
And guess what? He had Beauvillier play for him in as a rookie
Mm-hmm.
in the on the island, Long Island.
Yeah.
Joel Edmondson to the Leafs, who this is really the only move they made, for a third and a fifth for 50% retention.
Hey, add some more toughness. That's what you need. Sonk. But
Well, you get an old defenseman who's not that good, which the Leafs have lots of those.
well, no comment.
They're
I don't need all the Leaf fans crying. It's bad enough all the ones at work are crying, but
Well, we just got a preview of what's going to happen in round 1 versus Boston, and they got
oh.
spanked. So, yeah, Boston is going to eat them for breakfast.
And that was a season series sweep too, by the way, Leaf
It
fans.
was.
Just saying.
Yeah,
So
2-0. Womp womp. Or is it 3? They played 3 times, yeah.
I think it might have been 4.
Because it's in division.
I'm checking
I
right now.
suppose. Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah. It
checking.
would have been 4. It would have been 4. It would have been 4. You're
I'm almost
correct.
positive it was 4.
Yep. Now here was the big one. A big one. Vegas acquires Noah Hannafin
Yes.
from Calgary in exchange for Danil Miramanov, who immediately signed a 2-year contract of $1.125 million, a conditional first-round pick in 2025, a conditional third in 2025, and 50% retention. Brokering the deal was Philly, who acquires a fifth for another 25% retention of Hannafin's contract. So they get Hannafin at 75% retained. How do they keep doing this?
Yes. Yeah, because he's gonna say this is Vegas,
Throw my
right?
hat, man.
Yeah,
I'm so mad right
like
now. Holy
how the
smokes.
fuck does this? How do you keep signing all these guys? Probably paying them in rubbing tugs or something like that. Like, what the hell's going on here?
I
I
don't know.
don't get how they could just keep signing and still have all these guys. I don't get
I
it.
have no clue. But anyway,
It's a fuck great deal
that,
for them. Great
like
player. Fuck, you
Vegas
kidding
is
me?
going to be a wagon.
Vegas is gonna win the cup again. Like, come on. Let's it's gonna be
They didn't address their goaltending.
I know, but
I don't
still, and
think
they still
Aiden
have
Hill can replicate the success of last year.
and they do have to get past Colorado too to play for the Stanley Cup. So
And Dallas.
yes, but I'm more worried about Colorado.
And Winnipeg.
I'm still more worried about Colorado.
You're more worried about Colorado than Dallas? Really?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I wouldn't be.
If it's the same Colorado team I just watched the other night play, because they took the Red Wings and did pretty
Yeah.
much whatever they wanted to
Yeah,
them.
well, the Red Wings were also playing like garbage because they don't have Larkin.
I
That's
know, but still,
I complete. We also beat them
I
2-1
know.
this
I
year.
get
We
it. I
kept them to
get it.
1 goal.
I get it. But they whooped our ass.
It's 1 game, man.
I know, but still.
Guess what? Colorado doesn't have a Jake Ottinger in net. Colorado doesn't
No,
have nearly the forward depth needed.
Mhm.
Although they
I
did
hear you.
acquire for we're
I
coming up
hear
on
you.
that.
I'm just saying.
Alex Wenberg to the Rangers for a second, a fourth, and 50% retention. I think that's an overpay. But Rangers, they were missing out on everybody big. I heard Gensel didn't go. I heard Mantha didn't go. There was a couple trades that you were like, yikes. They're
Did you
missing
notice
out.
there was a lot of depth moves?
Yeah, well, I like that.
Yeah. But I just mean like a lot of the moves were depth, like depth guys. Like like a lot of like this one kind of, for instance, too, was kind of like I've seen some of the deals come across and I'm like, oh, depth move, depth move, depth move. Like, you know what I mean? And
I
then
mean,
it
as
was like,
far as
whoa, big
depth,
guy.
like he's still gonna put up minutes for them.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
their
He's gonna,
centers, they've got
but he's gonna be what,
Zibanejad,
a third line
Trocheck,
center, probably.
and Wenberg. Yeah. Now this trade, this one really shocked me. A 1-for-1, and these are always fun to look back at
Mhm.
over time. It's already looking good for Buffalo. He already scored a goal and a game-winning assist, I think. Bowen Byram
Yeah.
goes to Buffalo in exchange for Casey Middlestat. I think Buffalo wins this one.
Me too. I don't
Because
get
I
it.
was like, a former, like, Middlestat's been good, but, like, he's older
Mhm.
and, like,
Dude, okay,
man,
so I listened to another hockey pod. It's called Missin' Curfew. Okay. It's
Okay.
Shane O'Brien and Scotty Upshaw.
Mhm.
And they love this Byram guy. They talk him up all the time. And then so I started really paying attention to when I was watching Colorado games. And like he was just everything. He always made the smart play. He was like he's physical a little bit, but he's to me, it's all about getting the puck out of your end. And he always made that smart play, that smart whether he had to chip off the boards, outlet pass, anything he had to do. I think he was playing a little bit on the power play. Was he a little bit on the power play?
Sometimes, yeah,
Penalty
because
kill guy, I
they've got a
believe,
lot of
though.
offensive D on that
Yeah.
team. They got
So
Makar, Byram,
let me
Sam Girard.
let
Like,
me tell you something for it's a tough way to make a living, but if you want to go somewhere when you're playing junior hockey or you're doing this or you're doing that, be a penalty kill specialist, shot blocker. You cannot pay those guys enough. And I'll tell you right now, if you master that craft, you will go somewhere in your hockey career. I'll tell you that right now. It
yeah, who knows?
sucks.
You could be the
It's
next Bowen
yeah,
Byram.
yeah, it sucks. It's a tough way to make a living, but teams kill for it.
And Mittelstadt, good young forward, putting up a lot of points, led Buffalo for
Mhm.
most of the year in points.
Mhm. And to my guy in net, Joe, sorry, I love you, but I ain't blocking shit. I already told you that. Sorry, buddy. I love you.
So yeah, Mittelstadt goes to Colorado. They solved their 2C problem after the Ryan Johansson experiment failed, which
Mhm.
we're going to talk about that trade now. Sean Walker and a fifth to Colorado in exchange for Ryan Johansson and a 2025 first. So that's a part of not only bringing in Walker, but also getting rid of
Mhm.
Johansson that first. Johansson, bad contract, bad pickup.
Mhm.
Colorado knew they messed up.
Is Walker, is that the guy from Australia?
That's Nathan Walker, who plays
Okay.
for Phil or
Okay.
for you're messing with me, St. Louis.
But I
You're close.
knew it was a Walker that
Yes,
was from
Sean Walker is not.
okay.
He's just some Canadian boy.
Okay, so I'm thinking of the wrong guy. All
Yeah,
right, my bad.
but Nathan Walker, you're right. It is a Walker. It
Yeah.
is a Walker.
All right. I'm not so
So
bad.
Sean Walker, that's a good depth D move, and guess where
See?
he's going to slot in? Right in the hole, Bowen Byram left.
Yeah. And an absolute wagon team. Horrible,
Yeah, he's a lot more
horrible time for
defensive
him.
than Byram.
Mhm.
Byram's more of a two-way guy, but now another big one, three-way trade. Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick, and a seventh to Edmonton in exchange for a first, a conditional fifth, 50% on both those contracts being retained from Anaheim, and then a fourth for brokering the deal is Tampa, who retains 25% of Henrique's deal. So Henrique at 75% retained. I like that deal.
Me too. That's a good deal.
It's a good deal by Kenny Holland. I'm
Mhm.
impressed.
Yeah, for
Not too
sure.
often does he come away winning the deal. That's
Yeah.
solid. They get a
Mhm.
lot better defensively,
Veteran
especially like
presence.
he's going to be their third line center behind Nugent Hopkins and McDavid, and I like that.
Mhm. And not to mention too, you can kind of he's one of those guys that you can throw in all situations too. You
Yeah,
play him,
one of those
play him
Swiss
on the
Army knife.
power
Eh?
play, play him on the penalty kill. You can play him wherever you want, and he's gonna get the job done for you. So
Good
I
old
like that.
Windsor Spitfire
Yeah,
legend.
good old Windsor boy. I love it.
Yep. These are some big deals. Vlad Tarasenko. This one blew my mind. Like Ottawa fans have to be crying in their sleep.
Well, fuck, who wants to play in
A
Ottawa right now?
fourth and a third with 50% retention.
Yeah,
You don't even get a second for a guy who can score 30 goals.
yeah. See ya.
What are you doing?
To me, that's just telling. That's
Oh,
to me that's saying that he wanted out. Get me the fuck
talk
out of
about
here.
asset depreciation.
He wants out, man.
Ouch.
Wanted out.
Ouch.
What is there to look forward to? I'm sorry, Ottawa fans. I love you guys because you're hockey fans, but still, what is there to look forward to in Ottawa right now? The rink's out in the middle of nowhere. The team's in fucking last place in the league.
There's nothing.
Like
There's nothing to look
it's
forward to.
like they need to like somehow make it to where Ottawa's kind of sexy for like free agents, you know what I mean? And it's not very sexy right
Yeah.
now. So
So here's another deal. Mantha to Vegas
yeah, fucking
for a second and a fourth with 50% retention. Man,
well,
that's
good deal for Vegas, man.
Vegas is going to be my villain arc. They're
That's
going to turn me into the Joker.
That's another thing, another depth move. You could throw him on the third or
Man,
fourth line. You can put him
how
on
are
the
they so
power
good?
play. I don't know, man.
I was cheering for Dallas this playoff run from the West to Detroit in the
He
East.
he also adds a little bit of size. He adds a little bit of grit. He'll scrap. He'll, you know what I mean? He'll kind
You
of
know
do
what's the
whatever.
biggest crime to hockey too?
He's a little bit of a,
Chances are it's going to be Colorado Dallas first round.
I know. The part that sucks is one of them is going to be bounced in the first round.
Imagine it's Colorado who just made all these moves.
I would laugh. You would be happy with it being a
Imagine
Stars
there's
guy.
you know there's also a chance that Vegas misses the playoffs.
Wouldn't that be fucking nuts?
They've been bouncing in and out of the wild card one with Calgary. Imagine Calgary just after selling at the deadline just completely takes off and is like, "Yeah, Vegas, have fun missing the playoffs after you got rid of all your first for the next 5 years."
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Uh,
Insane. The only good part, sorry, going back to Ottawa
yeah.
there real quick, the only good part is they have a lot of draft picks coming up. So that's, I guess, the one bright
Who?
spot. No, they have a lot of draft
Who
picks.
does?
Ottawa.
Yeah, well,
They
it
got
could
a
have been a
shitload of
second or a
picks.
first,
I
not a
know,
third
but
and a fourth.
they have a shitload of picks, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
So
guess.
that's your one bright spot. Sorry, Ottawa.
They got to trade a part of their core. They got to
Yeah.
get rid of Batherson or Norris or
What about
Chikrin. I'm surprised Chikrin wasn't moved.
what about Brady? Would you get a haul for him?
No, what are you?
What
He's
if
their
he
captain.
what if he wants to
If
go?
anyone calls on Brady Kachuk, you hang up the phone
Yeah.
unless it's
Well,
Connor McDavid.
Wayne like Gretzky got fucking dealt. That means anybody can.
Wayne Gretzky got dealt. That was a money move.
I
No,
know. Just saying. If he got traded,
they don't
anybody
do
can.
that anymore. You can't just say, "Hey, here's
I wish they could.
180 million in cash."
That'd be awesome. All right, go ahead. Sorry. I'm just talking out my ass right
And
now.
if that trade ever happens,
Me and you are dropping the gloves.
no, it's got to be more dire than that. I
All
don't
right.
know. I'll buy you a brand new whatever the year is Ram pickup or something. It's not gonna happen.
Watch it during the summer. Something stupid happens. He wants out of Ottawa, gets traded. I'm like, fuck yeah. It's
And it's
this
like,
is
hey,
recorded.
Tristan.
This is recorded. No,
Yeah, exactly. It better be in my parking lot.
oh
But
shit, that's funny.
Toronto gets Ilya Labushkin back. They had him last
Yeah.
year.
Then he got his bell rung.
Yeah, he got his bell rung by suspended right away, Matt Rempe.
Yeah.
But a third for 50% retention to Anaheim and a 25%. So they get 75% retention. The 25% retention is Carolina, who brokers the deal and gets a sixth. So
Lipstick on a pig. So all right. Next.
I love that. That's funny. That's funny. That's exactly what it is.
Next.
Chris Tanev to Dallas. Nice move for the Stars. Chris
Yeah.
Tanev in exchange for Artyom Greshnikov, a second in 2024, a conditional third in 2026. So a
That
bit
is a
far out.
fantastic move. He can shut
50%.
down. He can shut down other team stars. He can be offensive. He can sit back. He's one of those guys. Swiss Army knife. You can play him up, down, here, there, everywhere. Shot blocker, whatever you want. That guy is. He's your guy.
I just love the makeup of their roster.
Yeah, and he takes funny photos too.
No, that's his brother. That's his brother. That's his brother.
Is it
Brandon Tanev.
No, I don't know about that. I feel like
And
I
you're
don't know.
talking to the guy who knows stuff.
I don't know.
It's Chris.
Yeah.
No, it's Brandon. Oh my gosh. You're messing with my head now.
Fuck. Smoke another
Give me
one.
the big point. But
Figure it out.
did we already talk about Monahan?
I don't think so. No.
No, I mean like in a prior episode.
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, Sean Monahan's a Winnipeg Jet. He's fit in well. I actually watched the online video the other day. It popped up on my YouTube feed. It's really cool. They showed like how a trade works and like him coming to Winnipeg.
During the like trade like call and stuff.
Yeah, it was a while ago. This was back early February, February 2nd. This trade went down.
Yeah, it's cool
But
how all that stuff goes down.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, like I've been traded, what? And then he gets on the plane, he meets everybody around the organization. He's kind of like fitting in, and they're measuring his foot to get the custom skates
Yeah.
made.
He's like,
It's
hey,
kind of
you
cool.
hey, do you have those other hats there?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
yeah, I watched that one.
You
Yeah, it was
did?
pretty
You
sweet.
watched the
Yeah,
same video as me?
yeah,
That's
same one.
awesome. Yeah. And he's like, do you got like the curved brim or whatever? Because he
Yeah,
doesn't like flat.
yeah, I watched the
But it
shit
was a
everywhere.
first and a third that went to Montreal. Montreal taking W's. I like this for them. They got rid of Jake Allen.
Let the kids play.
Gift. That's a gift. What's his name? Something Hughes. Kent Hughes is their GM. Very good GM since coming in after it was Musclehead there.
Yeah,
What was his name?
Bergevin.
Yes, that's it. Marc Bergevin.
I lift
Yeah,
things up and put them down.
he's awesome. He was sitting there in the Stanley Cup interview. He's absolutely jacked in his
Oh, he
suit.
shredded that guy. Ridiculous.
I was like, what the heck? Former Red Wing.
Yeah, tough son
Uh,
of a bitch too.
yeah, and that's it for the deadline. So not much happened.
Mm, yeah, not at all. I was
Yeah.
fucking in and out of sleep on my couch. It was fucking ridiculous during the trade deadline.
Oh, it was crazy stuff, eh?
Oh, dude, Nathan McKinnon. Do you see he has recorded at least 1 point in every single home game this year?
He's chasing Gretzky's record of
That's
40.
fucking nuts, dude. That is insane. Hats off to him. Jesus. That guy is doing some thumping. I'll tell you that. He is red hot right now.
Nathan McKinnon is the best player in the NHL.
He's when he grabs
I'm
the puck,
happy I can say that
yeah.
sentence and it flows off the tongue freely.
When he grabs a puck and skates, he takes like 3 strides and he's like 6 ahead of everybody. It's
I know his
insane how
acceleration's
fast.
unmatched.
I want to see him and freaking Connor like both digging in. That would be good. Just to see.
Edmonton's in the playoffs too.
I
I
know.
didn't even mention
In
them
in
when you were
in
talking
the
about.
West. Think about the West. We got Vegas. We have Edmonton. We still have LA, who we never really talked about,
Yeah,
who's been pretty good
Winnipeg,
this year. Winnipeg, like
Vegas,
Like it's
Dallas, Colorado,
that's what I mean. Like, some guess what? In the end,
and the
someone's
East.
got
I'm
to
sorry,
go.
but
So,
poor Detroit's gonna get thumped whoever they play.
well, we got to fucking make it first. So let's transition into that. So we're on a skid here. It's not good.
0 and 4.
We're 0-4. We're
Outscored 20-5.
just getting bent over everywhere we go. It's ridiculous right now. We're not scoring on the power plays. We're fucking
Play again tonight.
we can't put two passes together. It's everything is going to shit when we don't need it to go to shit. Now is the worst possible time to be going into losing streaks. We lost our fucking captain, who they're saying is going to be another 4 to 6 games out. Like, what do we have to do here to get this shit back on the rails to maintain a playoff spot? Because the Islanders are hot on our heels here. We're tied with
Take out the
fucking
old heads who are tired, like Petrie, who
God.
stinks. He's so bad. I don't know why Eiserman. That's a blemish on Eiserman. I gotta admit, like bringing in Petrie was a mistake. He's experienced, but he's old and he's bad.
Let the fucking kids play here.
We got Simon Edmondson cooking in the AHL, scoring like game winners
Yeah.
every game. He's 6'7",
He looks bored. He
215
looks bored.
pounds.
He looks bored down there.
Berggren, we called up Berggren. I'm happy about
Yes.
that.
Yeah, that's a good move.
He's going to be good for us on our third line.
Mhm.
Just you wait. Tonight we got Vegas. We're probably going to get stomped, but
I might take Vegas money line and puck line tonight. Let's put
but
it out.
if anyone's going to save us, we got to get some vintage Optimus Ryman net from James Reimer.
Oh, is he starting tonight?
Yes.
No.
Hey, Lions surrendered over 3 goals in his last 4 starts. So.
I know, but Reimer's going to be Mr. Michelin Man by the end of this game. He's going to see so much fucking rubber. He's going to be in his sleep, like making fucking glove saves. It's going to be brutal, dude.
Poor Optimus Rhyme is facing Vegas, who now is Mantha, Hannafin. They got someone else big, and I'm drawing a blank. Thomas Hurdle as your second line center.
Marceau.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Well, it could be bad, but who knows? We got Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat. We've got Lucas Raymond. We got Mo Sider. We can score.
Hey,
We got the second best offense in the league, pretty much.
yeah, but the blood is in the water right now, and
I've,
they're circling.
yeah, I know.
and and
Well,
we and we don't have our captain. So
speaking of the East, though, if we do squeak in the playoffs, we got to face either one of Florida, who just loaded up,
and
or
kick
the
our ass.
Rangers.
Okay, well, if we have to choose one of those, we're going Rangers, right? Like we
Yes, definitely.
Florida's
I well,
just,
I, I don't know. Let's pick your poison, man. You're gonna get murdered either way.
you know what? Either way, fuck it, bring it on. Let's just be competitive. Don't get slaughtered.
There is
That's
a world where the Leafs fall off, the Wings pick it up again. Probably not gonna happen, but we
is
could
it,
move into third and play Boston.
is there yeah, do we really want to do that though?
Yes,
I understand we
we
beat
beat
them.
Boston every time this year, didn't we?
I know we gave them their first regulation loss for sure. I know we beat them twice for sure. I'm gonna
We
s-
beat them a lot this year.
I'm gonna say twice for sure. What are you looking in the NHL at?
The NHL app stinks.
I know it does.
I can't even check. I'm just gonna look up at Red Wings versus Boston this year.
Fun fact, while you look that up, January
Mhm.
27th, the Red Wings beat Vegas 5-2 in at LCA.
Yeah, our three games this year versus Boston. Oh,
Two.
okay. So we've won two and lost one.
Yes, see? Two
So
wins.
5-4 over the Bruins, 5-2 over the Bruins, and then 5-3 lost December 30. Oh, that's when the Wings were being bad, though. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was bad. The December skid, well, we might see a repeat of that this month.
So
Please no.
the Red Wings are in 11th place for
Oh, the game's at
power
10
play.
tonight?
Yeah, it's in Vegas.
Oh. Is there any good games going on tonight?
And just so you know, Lion is scheduled to start, I believe.
What?
So
He is. Why would he start on a back-to-back?
I don't know, but Huso's there too.
Oh, Philly Huso.
So maybe
He got
it'll
a shutout in the AHL last game. I wouldn't mind seeing Huso.
so it's either going to be Huso or Lion tonight. One of
I
those
like
two.
that. I
So
like that.
I would start Billy if he's ready to go, just to give
You
Lion
want to
some
hear a funny
rest.
thing? Vegas has a near identical record to us.
I know.
We're 33, 24, and 6, and they're 33, 23, and 7. So the only
Mhm.
difference is they have one more OT loss than we do regulation.
Live update here. Florida just made it 1-0 in the first period, or sorry, second period. They scored 23 seconds in, and guess who scored?
Tarasenko.
Yep.
How you feel now, Ottawa? You get good assets for that?
Yeah, and it was a beauty. So the pass, oh, guy went to pass it cross ice and he knocked it down in the slot and sniped. Horrible pass by that whoever Flames player that was. That would be take a seat, you bum. Jesus, throw a fucking pizza like that up the middle. Jesus. Do you have anything else that you want to chat about, or
I
are we
think
pretty
that's
well?
all. I think I
That,
want to eat some dinner
yeah,
and
that was a little bit of a longer epi for you guys, though. We had lots to talk about. So
yeah, definitely lots.
a reminder that let's just give everybody a quick little rundown. We'll give them the first
Yeah, what were we on here? An hour and a half? Just about?
oh yeah, probably. We're right in that area. I'm just gonna give everybody a quick little rundown on the first four games of the Essex and Blenheim series. So
Hmm.
a little reminder on the way out. Game one is Tuesday night. That will be in Essex at 7 o'clock puck drop. For those who will be watching on PJHL TV, the next game two will be goes Thursday, March 14th. That's at 7 o'clock in Blenheim. And then we
Solid.
come back home Saturday, March 16th. We will be playing in Essex. That game is at 6:30. That's game three. And game four goes March 17th, St. Patty's Day. That will be in Blenheim at 7 o'clock. So
Hey there, lad.
So
Oh,
there
dude,
we
that'd
go.
be a nice game to end the series on.
So those are the first 4 games of the Blenheim Essex series. So we hope to see
Go
you guys out
threes.
around the rink. Yep. So on that note, you're all good, my friend.
I am golden.
Beauty. We hope everybody enjoyed the episode. We'll see you guys
Mhm.
Tuesday night at the rink. And Tristan, we're out of here. See you guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
I've lost my